I want to play. Okay. Nope, we're recording. Awesome. Now that was something I was like listening to on TikTok. It's like this big people that are really into manifestation have been playing that over and over and over again. I thought it was perfect for today because getting organized for your taxes, because I'm not sure if you know, but 2020 is almost over. It's not wishing the time away. We would just like it to move on so we can start fresh. Is anybody in agreement? Absolutely. All jokes aside, it was a crazy year. I hope everybody is staying safe and staying well. Um, I want to get you set up for success moving into 2021. I'm going to wait 2 more seconds because I feel like everybody's just like loading on now. So I'm just going to just give me a second so you don't, because my first line is going to be basically what this is all about. And I want you to know that you're learning this from someone who really pooped the bed on this at the beginning of my business. So I want you to know that this is all coming from a place of learning and growth. And I really would rather you all not lose money by not doing it right and get it right way sooner than I did. Okay. So the first thing you're want to think about is what you're leaving on the table by not getting your stuff together. There's a lot that you're leaving on the table by not getting your stuff together. And where you're leaving it is in the government's hands. Trust me, they already get enough. For those of you that work with the government, I love you. However, they already get enough. There's no need to give them more. So you want to get yourself set up for success. The other thing I want you to remember is, and be reminded of, no matter if you just started last week, yesterday, or 35 years ago, you are a home-based business. You are considered an entrepreneur in the eyes of the government because you signed your Mary Kay agreement. So I need you to get that through your mind. It doesn't matter to me if 2020 just honestly went down the tubes and you never even sold a moisturizer. It's okay. It's all right. You are still a business because you can go out and sell $2,000 tomorrow and still have a very successful business in 2020. Okay. Now, couple prefaces. I am not an accountant, nor should I ever be. I am not detailed enough to do that beautiful job. So I want you to know that from the get-go. This does not come from a detail-oriented person. I have just learned to teach it in a way that works for me, but also a way that I can speak to all personalities. So I really hope that whatever place you're coming from, that you can pull something away from this. I want you to know that everybody does it different. These are just tools that could make your life easier if you'd like to use them. Okay. So first and foremost, please, 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 please get way more organized than I ever was now. And it doesn't matter to me if you've done nothing to prepare for taxes up until this minute. Because it actually will take you less time than in your mind you think it will. From the minute that you sit down and do it, you could be done in probably a couple hours if you are doing this part-time, and maybe just a little bit longer if you were doing it a little bit more leaning toward the full-time aspect. Okay. So first thing you want to do is you need to get organized. Get a table, get everything that you've ever kept. I'm talking receipts from the entire year. Now, when I first started this business, I still use this motto to the day. If you're not an organized person, I always just took every receipt I thought was Mary Kay and put it in a shoebox and wrote Mary Kay on the front of it. That's cool. You're still awesome and you're winning. If you're a little bit more organized than that, then you probably have an accordion file or a filing system that you call Mary Kay. Still winning. You're awesome. Way better than me. You are a step ahead of the game. The first thing about getting organized is taking your receipts that you have kept, and I really hope you've kept them all year. If you haven't, you can start today and get better, and then be even better in 2021. So some things that you want to get first off and foremost is you want to take all your receipts that you have in Mary Kay and organize them by what they are. So for instance, this is the Canada Post. For those of you that go visit Canada Post or UPS to send things off your shelf, this is a business expense. You're going to take all your Canada Post invoices and put them together, all your receipts and put them together. You're going to take all things like your gas receipts. And I know y'all have been driving, so don't say you don't have any. Go get them. It'll blow your mind what you spend on gas in a year. Just saying. You don't think about it, and then you put them all together and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't drive anywhere tomorrow for the rest of the year. I spent way too much money. So take your gas, put them together. Take all of your receipts, however you do this business, all of your receipts, put them together. Now, if you do this very part-time, this should take you 15 minutes to get all those receipts together and done. So you should just have a bunch of piles on your table of postage, things I buy for my office, my sales, and then anything I've spent on my business. I'm going to go through what these items are in a second and give you a very easy list that you can organize them by. Okay. So if anybody's like, well, what do I do? I'll be there in 1 minute. So if you organize those all out, if you're very part-time, you should be done like 15, 20 minutes. You have all your stuff organized. What you're going to do then is you're going to take all your gas receipts and total it up. The final total of everything. So let's say I have $253.65. This is how I do it. Honestly, this is how I started from the beginning. I take a sticky, I put them together. Woo. I know if this seems juvenile, it is. It's okay. You can get a better system. I put them together and I write gas. 2020, $253.53. Psh, done. I do that with every pile of receipt. Okay. And I put my expenses together, things that I've spent money on for my business. Remember, I'm going to go through this list. And the same thing with my sales. Now, if you've been running a business since January, you're actually going to do this monthly. I suggest that you do. So I suggest you go through your whole pile of receipts. Like I've got one like this thick, and you're going to put everything in January together, everything in February together, everything in March together, everything in April together. And you're going to total it all. Total it all up. Now, I'm going to give you some things that most people forget, and then I'm going to go through how I organize it and how I add it all up. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that was so easy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, I'm going to just say two things. Prefaced, I'm not an accountant. But one, what most part-time consultants say to me is, Nadia, why would I bother submitting this to my taxes if I haven't made any money? Is anybody thinking like, I only sold like $900, but I spent $3,000 on inventory? Anybody saying that? So that's normal. So shoulders down, relax, big breath. That's very normal. Most businesses operate in a deficit for up to 3 years. And in Canada, you actually have up to 3 to 5 to operate in a deficit and still be able to take advantage of those entrepreneurial advantages. So here's your example. A Tim Hortons restaurant, of which I used to work for the brand, doesn't generally make money until their 3rd year at least. And that's usually where they break even, at year 3, and they start making money in year 4. Okay. But the fun thing is who has a full-time job currently outside of Mary Kay? You have another job. Awesome. So what your Mary Kay business becomes for you is a tax deduction. And the whole goal of having a side hustle, obviously, is to make money, but it's helped to bring down your taxable income. So I was blown away when I first started this business, got myself a little organized for a second. I was blown away by the amount of people that don't understand what a tax benefit or a tax write-off is. Those are one and the same. Again, not an accountant. So if you're an accountant, please don't come at me. I'm just using my general terms that people understand. But I was blown away by, in particular, women who didn't understand what a tax write-off and tax benefit was and were questioning whether they could write off their purchases with Mary Kay, even if they just bought for themselves, if they could write off the paper for their printer, the ink for their printer, the mascara they used. So I was blown away by how many people didn't understand that. However, if you have children, you know you get a tax benefit up to a certain amount for your kids' physical activities, and you're more than willing to take that tax write-off, correct? You're more than willing to take that tax break. So why not do it for your business? Because you have, if you do, to run a business. The minute you signed your agreement, all these things now become a business expense for you. So who's using their cell phone currently to run their business? Anybody? No? Yeah? Okay. Who's using their internet to scroll Facebook, message, and text people? Who? Yay, waving. Kelsey's waving at me, I think. Who's using their car to drive around and drop off product? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, so all of those expenses you had way before you ever signed your agreement, the day that you sign your agreement, a portion of that now becomes a business expense. All of these things. We're going to go through this list. Now, here's some key things I want you to remember that are business expenses, and I want you to write them down because most people forget them. And then I'm going to show you a couple of spreadsheets, and then I'm going to show you some images, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it, okay? So a couple things that people forget that are now a business expense. And when I say a portion of, that portion of that expense is usually based on your activity, and that is something that you will work out with your accountant. My recommendation to you as on an accountant is, if you've normally done your own taxes and you're comfortable adding in your home, your expenses as an entrepreneur, then you go right ahead. I was never comfortable doing that because I always knew that I would miss something. I'm just not that person. So congratulations if you do that, that's awesome. My recommendation to you, when you're looking for an accountant to help you with your taxes, you need to ask and qualify if they are comfortable with home-based business. If they're not, you go find another accountant. I promise you it's worth it. Last but not least, when you're looking for an accountant and they quote you a price, the more organized you are, which I'm going to teach you how to do, the less it's going to cost you to do. And your cost of doing your taxes now, because you're a Mary Kay consultant and you have a home-based business, is actually a write-off for you as well, the entire expense. So the first thing that people forget that they can write off as a Mary Kay consultant is the cost of doing their taxes. Write that down. You do not want to forget it. Maintenance to their car. And do you know what people usually forget? It costs you to switch from spring to winters, winter to spring tires, to buy your winter tires, to get an oil change. It's like $100 to go get an oil change. Windshield washer fluid, if you need new wipers, and a car wash. Those are all things that you might have never thought of, but your car is now your mini office because you're an expense. Stamps, envelopes, this time of year, cellophane, ribbon, wrapping paper, cotton pads to take off your eye makeup or to use your toner because we ran out of the reusable ones. Plastic bowls if you purchased those this year before pandemic happened. Printer paper and ink for your printer. Those are normal expenses that people forget on a regular basis. They just go to Staples, buy new printer ink, or go to Costco, buy new printer ink, and then chuck the receipt because it's on the receipt with the rest of the food they purchased from Costco. Don't forget that. That's an expense that you can now write off. I remember when I first started, I was like, oh, that was just $50 in printer ink. No big deal. By the end of the year, I was like, how much did I spend on printer ink? I was using it anyway. So Two things I want you to also not forget. If you donated to a local charity this year and got a receipt, it doesn't matter if it's the Mary Kay Charitable Ash Foundation or the QE2 home lottery that I donate to every year, and a couple different charities that are tried and true to me. This is a tax write-off for you, whether you're in Mary Kay or not. I just sometimes people forget all the great things that they do. And so make sure that you get yourself organized. If you bought business cards and or made a Christmas card of your family for your clients, that's also a write-off as well. The other thing you want to get organized, these bad boys. Now, these come in your boxes of product, your purchases when they arrive. They can also be printed online if you've missed one. And I suggest if it got thrown out by mistake, because they do, or you want to cross-check yourself, you go into your My Business in the back page, you click on At a Glance, Order History, and then you can see a list of everything you ever ordered from Mary Kay, whether it be a customer direct ship or whether it be a personal order that you sent to yourself. Okay. What I do is I take every sheet that I have and I go through each one and is this, when you look at this, can you read that the right way or is it backwards? Okay. The first thing you want to highlight on this is the biggest thing that they want to know is how much you spent, what your product purchases were. So they don't want to know the retail value. They want to know the wholesale value of money that you spent on product. So the first thing I highlight, it says it right here. You don't even have to do a bunch of stuff. Section 1 wholesale, that amount right there. So you don't have to go hunt it down or keep track of it all year. You just have to add these up. The next thing that they want to know is what you spent on section 2. Those are your samples and are a straight write-off. You do not pay tax on those and they don't discount. It's a straight write-off. So you want to know your section 2 value. The other thing you want to know is the GST, HST, QST that you paid. That is written right there. And last but not least, most people forget that $12.65 that you love or hate every time it gets added up on your order is a direct write-off for you. Not a portion of, straight $12.65 gets written off. So you want to highlight that. So guess what I do, guys? I put them in a pile. I put a sticky. This is just getting organized. You do this, you're good to go. My next step is going to be so easy for you. And the first thing I do is I write section 1 wholesale and I total everything from all these orders. I want a number. Section 2, what I spent in business supplies. I want a number. You'd be surprised. It's usually around, it could be anything. $150 could be anything. Tax, I want to know the amount of tax I paid because that is on the retail amount. And then last but not least, I want to know the amount of shipping that I spent in the year. So sum up, what we did is we took all your expenses that you put in that lovely shoebox and we organized them. If you're part-time, you put them in your sections. If you do a little bit more of a larger business, you're going to do them by month. Okay. And guys, this is the way I did this for years. I do it a little different. I have an inventory system, but I still get myself as organized as I possibly can doing this. So this is how every business owner does it. You're just doing it with skincare and cosmetics. It's kind of fun. And the company sets you up for success because it's all kind of right there. All kind of right there. Now, what do I want to show you? Okay, I'm going to show you, two things. December 31st, you want to take the ending mileage of your car. And now I hope when you joined, whoever your leader was, let's say you joined May 1st, I hope your leader told you to take the mileage of your car on May 1st. Or if you started in January, I hope you took the mileage of your car in January or your ending mileage of last year. Basically, what you want to know is your starting mileage of your car that you use for your business, and there should only be one. It's not a good, you don't have two cars, Mary, you just drive one. So if you're a two-car household, pick one. Raven's like, oh no. And then your ending mileage, you're going to take on December 31st. Like literally before you have a beverage and celebrate the new year, run out to your car, grab the number, write the date, write what the mileage down. Whatever the mileage was from January 1st, let's say it was 100,000 because I'm not that good at math. And let's say your ending mileage on December 31st is 150,000. So how many kilometers did you drive in 2020? 50 grand. You drove 50 grand. Now, what you need to figure out is how much of that is Mary Kay. Now, when I first started, I took a percentage, usually part time. Your accountant will tell you if you're a part time Mary Kay consultant, it's going to be under 20%. Usually 15, and this is a number that you decide with your accountant. I am not telling you what to do. I'm just saying when you have this discussion with your accountant, it's going to be anywhere between 0 and 20% as a part-time consultant. So all of a sudden you're going to take 20% or 15%, sorry, of 50,000 kilometers, and those are your Mary Kay kilometers for the year. And then every other expense that you had for your car, and I'm going to give you a list again, but every other expense that you had for your car, license, if you had to renew your license, insurance for your car, if you had to register a new car, if you have a car payment, gas, oil change, that's under maintenance. If you had to buy new tires for your car, they ain't cheap, especially winters, and then new spring tires. All of those things you now get to write off 15% or the number you decided upon with your accountant. Now, if you weren't a Mary Kay consultant, unfortunately, guys, that's just an expense you have in life. So the beautiful thing is since you're a consultant, you get to write off a portion of that. That is the massive thing about having a home-based business, is all those expenses that you had before you ever met your recruiter now just become business expenses. If you never became a consultant, you'd still be paying the stuff anyway. So that's why it's really important that in the month of December, you need to share this business opportunity and share the tax options, the tax benefits that you have as a consultant with people. Now, my first year, I mean, I had a great job. If those of you have been on here before, I had a good job. I did marketing for Tim's, A1. I hadn't got money back on my taxes in a long time, and I didn't understand how they worked. My mom was my director. I didn't listen. I was a horrible daughter / horrible consultant. I just didn't listen. But my first year, I kept really junky receipts, bad, like just forgot 90% of what I just told you. I got back an extra $1,800 on my taxes, and I hadn't received money back in years. Let me tell you, I was psyched. I didn't know what I did wrong. I was like, I thought somebody sent me a check. I was like, I got to return this. This feels wrong. And then I went through with my accountant what it is that were expenses in Mary Kay and what was part of my business. And I was like, what the? So then I got better. So then I got back an extra $3,800 the following year, $4,800, and then $5,300. And then I was at a different point where it's different now. But those things, what is the benefit of this is at tax time, that is an additional monthly income for you if you get yourself organized. If you don't, that's a monthly income that you're leaving on the table, never to be gotten again. So my suggestion to you, if you're watching me going, oh my gosh, I kept not a receipt all year, I'm just going to give up on 2020. I'm here to tell you, don't. Start today, get yourself organized, and then you start again. You can still file, you're still going to file with your Mary Kay business, but in 2020, 2021, you start fresh and get organized from the beginning. I promise you the following March, you're going to send me a message and be like, I love you. I love you. Thank you for that. And I will look forward to those messages in March. Thank you. Because it really is fantastic. It really is fantastic. Now, I'm going to show you 2 ways to track this. One is from one of my sister directors here in Halifax. Her name is Janice Appleby. She is either on here or some of her team is on here. And she was one of my mom's directors. And she's had this spreadsheet for years. And we just keep updating it. And man, it's killer. It does everything for you. You plug numbers in, all of a sudden you've got totals and you're like, oh, amazing. So that's for the people like me that I just like, I like stuff that punches in and adds up. I enjoy that. For those of you that like to track monthly, your director is going to send an amazing and share an amazing booklet with you that you can sit down monthly and literally track your entire expenses, your mileage. And then by the end of the year, you just take this booklet and pass it to your accountant. That's the goal. The more organized you are, the less you pay to get it done. So who's excited about the booklet? Show me some hands. Totally. I'm looking at my team members going, yeah, I know which ones you are. Yeah, Lori's like, I love a booklet. Who's excited about a spreadsheet that they can punch in numbers and it totals it up? Okay, let's talk about it. This is where you're going to get all of your organization. This is where you're going to get all your headers as to where your receipts fit in, i.e. office supplies, business supplies, car, home expenses, purchases, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you 2 things. I'm going to show you the spreadsheet first because that's the one that I use on a regular basis. Whoa, I meant to share screen. Sorry, my bad. Share screen. We're going to go to this one. Okay, can everybody see that? Just give me a wave. Okay. Hopefully some of you aren't looking at this thinking this is crazy, or some of you are looking at this going, wow, this really excites me. Who's excited about this? Me. So biggest thing you want to see is that this divides it out by month. Also right here, this lists all of your expenses. This tells you how to organize your receipts. So you're going to organize your receipts based on advertising, meals and entertainment. Did you know that you can write off 50% of meals if you're doing business while eating? Just saying. Bad debts. What bad debts are things that you write off. So a product, for instance, like I just had 2 things, 2 day creams that I just didn't function properly that expired. They're bad debt for me. I'm going to write that cost off. I'll probably use them myself. Insurance on inventory. If you have added insurance to your home to protect any product that you have in your house, for example, I have a line item that protects me up to a certain amount. Let's say my house burnt down. There's a section of my insurance that covers the amount of inventory or business supplies I have. If you pay additional on your insurance for that, that's your cost that you want to add in there each month. So let's do this for fun. Let's say it's $50 in insurance. 50, oh, not 5, 50. I'm just going to show you how this populates. Bus tax, license fees, dues, and memberships. Let's say you just joined this year. That's your fee, $24 or 85. Office expense, business supplies, legal, accounting, and professional fees. That's where your cost of doing your taxes. So in April, let's put for fun, $400. Travel, accommodations, meals. Let's say you stayed at a hotel to go to a retreat. I mean, obviously some of these things don't apply in 2020. What a year. Delivery, freight, and express, meaning costs that you paid with Mary Kay to ship. So that $12.65. So maybe you did, let's say, an order a month. I mean, some people think that's $12.65. It's not going to add up. Your cost of PCP. So let's say you did 200 here. I'm just picking months. 200 here, 200 here. All those costs. If you rented a room, office equipment, like let's say you bought a ring light in April. I know I did. $85, $85.99. And then this is where all your gas expenses for your car break down. So fuel. So I know that I added up my gas receipts. Ooh, where are they? And I had $253. And then everything that I just mentioned, insurance, license and registration, interest on a loan, you can write off a portion of as well for a car payment. A Mac Pass is something that we have here in Halifax, to where we have 2 bridges that you pay to cross. So if you have something in your car that, like I always think the 407 in Ontario. And then your home expenses. So heat, electricity, insurance on your home, maintenance on your home. We can talk about that further if you want to. Mortgage interest and property taxes. It is not the payment on your mortgage, but I promise you mortgage interest and property taxes adds up to the same thing. Home phone, water bill, security if you pay, that sort of thing. So what happens is this spreadsheet, there's 3 tabs at the top. It creates a summary for you. So it totals everything up. So when you punch everything in, it talks about what your income is, what your total expenses are for the year, what your profit and loss is, and then it conducts your mileage if you want to put that in. Let's talk about sales. So let's say all year I sold 3 things. I joined last week and I sold 3 things in December. So I would go to December. I take every receipt I have, 124. You want to include everything. 124, 99, 75. There you go. And then my 3 receipts, 96, 60. So there you go. There's my total sales of 321. I go to the summary, it adds it up. Cool, eh? So you can sit here and add every sale for January, every sale for February, everything for March, everything at April. It will total it up for you and give you your total sales. Same thing with your expenses. When you punch them all in, it'll give you total for everything and build it in the summary. Oh, somebody has a question. Hold on. I'm going to come back. Stop share. Yes.
Nadia, I just wanted to clarify, when you said about adding up your sales receipts, that's the total amount including tax?
Yeah, so you're going to add up. So if you see, I'm going to share my screen again. And it actually denotes this on here, so nobody's confused. So up at the top here, it says sales include taxes and discounts.
Thank you.
So your total.
My second question has to do with your own personal products that you use.
Yep. Yeah.
How do you account for that?
So that's a great question. And I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to come back to you. So on your personal products that you use, and I'm going to clarify this really quick. The only reason you are keeping track of your personal product and demonstration product on a sales slip of what Grace uses is to recover the tax back from Mary Kay that you get back on your own personal product. So for those of you that don't know and that are brand new, if you use product for yourself, and I'd like to let you know that everything I'm wearing today is Mary Kay, because I am my best client. You want to keep track of everything that you use, the retail price and the wholesale price, and the tax that you lost is the tax that you recover from Mary Kay. That is a completely separate class. I did do one at one point. I'm very passionate about this. I did do that class previously. So if you have an opportunity to go back and look at the Moving On Up class, I can also share a video with your directors that can share down to you as to how to get that tax back from Mary Kay. But when you buy product from Mary Kay, you buy it at retail price, cut in half, but you pay tax on the full retail price. So what you've lost is half the tax. And since Grace decided to use this product for herself and not sell it to a client and collect the tax, Mary Kay head office actually allows her to recover that tax back that she lost. And you can only do it 4 times a year. Your next time to do it is after December 31st. So, in other words, you are not, the government on your taxes do not need to know what you used for demo and what you used for personal. That is a separate thing for Mary Kay to recover your tax, because how this gets accounted for is when you purchase the product from Mary Kay in your purchases, this is what you bought, you will actually get to write off this wholesale amount. So it doesn't matter whether your personal product is in there or your demo product is in there. If you spent 10 grand, I don't know, pick a number. If you spent $3,000 on product in Mary Kay and 1,000 of that was yours, regardless, you get to write off the entire 3,000 that you spent on purchases. So your personal product is actually included in there. It doesn't get written off twice. It only gets written off once in here. Does that make sense?
Okay, yes, it does.
Yeah.
So the money that you get back then from Mary Kay, do you record that on the spreadsheet?
Absolutely. It's considered income, and I'm going to show you that. Hold on. Hold, please. Share screen. I'm not that quick. Just a sec. Yeah, so commissions from the company, you'll see this line item right here. If you have a team, I'm going to show you where to find that commission statement. And then if you get an HST, GST rebate from the company, that is considered income, and you're going to drop it in the month that you get. So let's say you got a refund in March of 76 bucks. That's where you put it in. It's considered income. It will get adjusted on the summary. Does that help?
That's great, Nadia. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. Okay, let me stop share there. Okay, does that help? It's a boring topic, but honestly, it is so important. And when you do this once, all of a sudden it becomes less of a big deal and just part of your everyday life. Okay. Now, income. I'm going to show you one other thing, and I really hope that this does, and I'm going to show you the booklet as well. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so Mary Kay In Touch. This is my Mary Kay In Touch. Here's where you can find your what's called your income. Oh, bring shared window to the front. Hold on. Resume share. Oh, sorry, won't let me share. Okay, let's try this again. Bring your window to the front. Stop share. Okay, I'm going to try something else. Sorry, ladies. I just want to show you where this is on. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's try this. Okay, so when you log into Mary Kay In Touch, I'm going to show you what it looked like this year. So in February of 2021, you're going to go to monthly historical statements and documents. And usually around toward the end of February, this little income letter will show up. Mary Kay will drop it in there itself. And if you've received commission because you have a team, those dollar values for the entire year will be there under income statement. You will each receive your own personal one. And in there, you will have everything, every commission that you've ever received. And then that goes into other income. When they ask you what other income you have, yes, you have other income, you have sales, and then you also have commission if you've got a team. So you're gonna make sure not to forget that. Okay, I'm gonna show you the booklet because I think the booklet is amazing. This is from Angie Klotz. I know she uses this. This was put together by an accountant. I had a similar one, but this one's so much cooler. Literally, when you print it off, you put the pages together and they actually fold up like a book. It's very awesome. But this is done on a monthly basis, and I'm going to show you this one as well. So if you are more organized than me, start fresh in January. You can fill this in every month. If you're the type of person that likes something that they can write numbers in and delete and erase, if you're that person that enjoys that, this is a great place to be. So let me show you. Hold, please. Share. Oh, just a sec. Is this helpful for people? There we go.
Very helpful.
Okay, good.
Big time.
Good, I'm glad. It's like one of those topics that you're just like, but really important for your business. So I'm just going to show you the first couple pages of this. It's 28 pages long. If you got it printed at Staples, it's very cool. I just printed it at my house and put it together. But this is your mileage total of the year. This is where you can just track. If you're someone that kept your Mary Kay mileage in your car, which is very cool, every time you got into your car and wrote down, like, I went to Susie's, here was my mileage. I dropped off product at Janet's, here's my mileage. If you were that person, you can figure out your mileage very easily. Now, now this is where you would put your totals in the booklet. So for everything that you've done. Oh, for those of you that put your kids in daycare so you can work your Mary Kay, by the way, you can write off a portion of that too, just saying. So here you go. This is the exact same thing that I just shared with you in spreadsheet fillable form, but this is in a version that you can write in and print off and add up. So exactly, sales commissions, commission, money collected, other income, that would be where your tax rebate goes. And then purchases during the month. So what you purchase, section 1 plus taxes. So remember, those pages that you receive, you just add it all up for January and put it in there. So everything is broken out here. Absolutely perfect. Like you can write everything down from mortgage interest. Does this make sense, guys? So if you've been wondering what it is that you can write off for your business, it's literally right here. You just go through, find the numbers, fill in the blanks. Now I'm going to relieve you of just a touch more stress. Are we back? And I'm only going to keep you for 2 more minutes. Here's the one thing. Oh, this is amazing. Thanks, guys. Oh, gosh, I know there's a bunch of comments. I apologize for not getting back. What the heck? Where the heck has this been my whole life? Oh, that's Raven. Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay, Raven. So you're going to love me then. Now, so what was I just going to say? Baby brain just shot me a little bit. Where did it go? Wow. It's real, man. It does not come back. It's slowly, but not yet. Raven, you had 3. I got 2. It's no crazy. Okay. What was I going to say? Hold on. It's coming. Mileage of my car. What was it about? Mileage maintenance.
You told me I was going to love it.
You were going to love it? Oh, I told you you're going to love the spreadsheet. You're going to love that.
Oh yeah. That I already love. Yeah.
Oh my God. What was it? It was really important.
I want that book.
Oh yeah, you can have it. It's gonna, I just sent it out to all the directors. For those of the East Coast ones, you'll get it in a second after I get off this call. And then I know they'll spread it around, but yeah, both of those spreadsheets are coming at you. Oh my gosh. I forget, it'll come back to me in a second, but your biggest
Something
thing
that was going to make it easier.
Happens to the best of us.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it. I'm back. All right. So if you're all thinking, I didn't keep a freaking receipt, I kept nothing. Here's the best thing about this is most of the numbers that you can fill in here are things that you do on a monthly basis and you're not even thinking about it. So all of you receive your water bill, your internet bill, your power bill, your mortgage payment, your mortgage statement. All of these things come either paperless to you or paper to you, or they come via email to you. So you can go back and find them. You can log on
every receipt.
Everyone, yes, you can log on to your TELUS account and you can go find what you paid for your phone bill every month. You can go find out what you did for your car payment and your loan and your this and your that. You can find all that. So now that you know what you're looking for in 2021, you're going to be 20 times more organized and you're going to print them off and get them organized every month. I want to tell you that it's really important to have a paper copy or have a copy of something. Going through your I just want you to know this. If you got audited, which you most likely won't, it's not, I want to say it's very rare. It's not that rare. It doesn't happen all the time when you're doing this part-time. So this is why that if you're deciding to move this business to the next level as a new consultant or a part-time consultant, get your butt organized now. So when your business grows, you grow with it and learn more. Now, all of those receipts you can go find, but I'm going to give you a word of caution. Your Visa statement for your gas transaction and for your postage transaction ain't a receipt. That is bad English, but it is not. It is not a receipt in the eyes of the of CRA or the government. It's not. So I always joke with my team with a brand new consultant. I was like, from here on out, I want you to get the gas receipt when you pump gas. I was like, I don't care if you got to put your mask on and go to the little human inside to get the printout because it was too cold to print out. Go get the printout. It's worth its weight in gold at the end of the day because you can feel comfortable being like, I paid $56 in gas. I paid $80 in gas because you have the receipt. So from here on out, all of the big expenses like your home, auto, that sort of thing, you can go hunt those down today. No question. You can go find those, print them off, internet bill. All the little ones like your receipt for postage, your receipt for gas, those sort of thing, maintenance for your car. You want to get in the habit of keeping those. It's very, very important. And those are expenses that you can write off. Last but not least, my God, I want to say 50 more things on this, but there was a reason why growing up, my mom bought me a new pair of basketball sneakers every April. It was because she got her tax return. And I was a basketball player and I got a new pair of basketball sneakers every April. We never got grading gifts because we were expected to grade. She's like, I ain't giving you a gift. You got to grade. You pass your grades. That's what you do. But we always got a new pair of sneakers in April. And that was because of her tax return. And she kept really great receipts. So I encourage you, no matter if you're starting today to get organized, set yourself up for success. 2021, by the way, is going to be a killer year. I don't know if anybody feels that way, but it's going to be a blowout one. And it's going to be even better when you get yourself organized for your business. I promise you, your business becomes much more fun because you can see where the benefits are. And then you are more apt to share the opportunity when you know the benefits of running a home-based Mary Kay business. Mic drop. So you're all going to have a team of 5 at least in the next month because there's an opportunity there in so many ways. Extra income, pass on these tax breaks. If I could do anything and tell my 18-year-old self something over and over again, I would teach myself to manage money. I mean, we all don't do it well in the beginning, anywhere in life in general. And I would also teach a new 18-year-old or young person about tax breaks because you will set their life up for success from the beginning. And the only way that you make money in Canada, FYI, and especially as a female, do not get me started because we make 74 cents on a man's dollar in a normal world. The only way to make money and have money in your pocket is to have a tax break, and you've got one. So go take advantage of it. Get your butts organized, your cute pink butts. Get organized and get organized now to set yourself up for the best 2021 you're going to have. So it is 9. I promised my husband I'd be off 5 minutes ago, so I'm going to go. I got a screaming baby, but I will I already sent these out to Raven, Angie, and Carol. They both have them. One of them's Angie's, one of them's directors, and I will send it out to the East Coast directors so they get to you. I'm on a list with a bunch of East Coast directors, so I'll make sure you get them. If you don't get it from your director by Friday, so help me, just shoot me a message and we'll get it over to you. It's very important stuff. Lots of love. You guys are powerful. Have an amazing last 14 days and Happy New Year. And oh wait, Merry New Year. There covers it all.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year.
Bye.
Nadia.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Bless
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Merry Christmas.